Hey guys, Happy New Year. I have a basics pose breakdown for you today. So if you're a beginner at yoga or maybe you've already done yoga and you just want to learn a little bit more about the poses, this is a good one for you. So let's get started. We're going to start in down dog because you're going to spend a lot of time in there if you've never done yoga and you don't know what it is. So just go ahead and come to your hands and your feet. Just pressing into your palms, lifting your hips towards the ceiling. Just go ahead and relax your heels down towards the ground. It's totally fine if your heels don't find the ground. Just be really soft in your knees. If you want to start just swaying your hips a little side to side, you can. Just see if you can relax your shoulders down your back. You can just look toward your navel. From your down dog, usually you're going to tuck your chin in towards your chest, just rounded high into your plank pose, which is just the top of a high push-up here. From here, you might hear someone say go through a flow. So if you're going for it, you can just bend halfway down here, just like a push-up. And on the inhale, just pulling your head forward, opening up your chest, just flipping your toes under. You can rock side to side here. If it feels better to release your knees down onto the ground, maybe to take some pressure off your low back, you can soften your elbows a bit, just relaxing your shoulders. And we'll come back to that down dog. So just tucking your toes under, pressing into your palms, big inhale to lift your hips all the way back up into it here. From there, just inhaling your right leg up behind you for your down dog split, just reaching your heel towards the ceiling. And we'll step it through for a low lunge. So just round your knee in towards your nose. Lift up your hips as you just step your foot right in between your hands. So that might not happen on the first one. Just heel toe your foot forward until it gets there. Once you're there, just soften into this. So you can put a little bend in your back knee a little bit. Maybe you rock a little side to side. And from your low lunge, we're going to breathe into the high lunge. So just pressing into your feet and having to lift your arms up over your head, just relaxing your shoulders, breathe in here. You can press back in your back heel, that might help with your balance a little bit. And warrior one, so you're just gonna spin your back heel down to the ground, just relax it down on there. And you're gonna square your hips towards the front of the room. So maybe you take your hands to your hips just to support that. If this doesn't feel good on your back knee, you can always step your back foot out a little bit just for a wider stance, that might feel better. And this is your warrior one. So from here, we're just going to take it to warrior two. So all you have to do here is just open your hips out to the side. Just reach your fingertips away from each other. I usually heel toe my foot so that my heels are in line with each other, but you definitely don't have to do that. Just go ahead and relax your shoulders. You can gaze past your fingertips and just breathe in real deep here. From your warrior two, just use an inhale to press into your feet. Just reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Just get a nice stretch here. And exhale to sink right back into your warrior two. So reverse your warrior, just take this back hand to your shin here, just reach the opposite arm overhead, just get a nice stretch. And side angle, so you're just going to soften your elbow on top of your thigh and just reach your opposite arm over your head. And just take some big breaths, relaxing. Your back heel is still down, so just pressing into that. You can reach through your fingertips. It feels good to be still, be still. If you want to move a little bit, that might feel good here. Okay, so we're just going to retrace those steps. So coming back to your warrior two, just reach this top arm towards the back of the room, just settling back in. And we'll tip it back to reverse your warrior again. So just leaning back here, nice stretch. So much so that you're going to straighten out this front leg long and take it to your triangle pose. So this bottom hand is just going to hang out on your shin or your ankle, maybe on the ground. And just reach your opposite arm towards the top of the ceiling here. Maybe you look up if that feels okay on your neck. Just lengthening out through both legs, through both fingertips here. And we'll come back to that warrior two. So just reaching that top arm towards the back of the room, just rebending your front knee, sink it on in here. And we'll tip it back to reverse here, just getting one nice stretch again. And starting to cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Come to your low lunge. You're just going to pick up your back heel and step back to your plank pose. And we'll move through that flow. So just lowering halfway down to the ground. Inhale to open up your chest, look forward, flip your toes under, maybe just hang out if you want to release your knees down to the ground, that might feel good. This is up dog here. From here, just tucking your back toes behind you and just coming back to your down dog, big inhale to lift your hips all the way up into it. So those are just some basic poses that you're always going to see in a yoga class wherever you go. So from here, I'm just going to take you into a child's pose. So that's a relaxing pose that you can always just settle into if you need to. To get there, just releasing your knees down to the ground, untuck your toes, just sink your hips back to meet your heels, and just relax your head and neck. If it's going to feel nice to press down into your palms, you can go for that. But it feels better just to relax your arms. You can always go there. And just take a few deep breaths here, just settling in. So from here, just lifting up your hips, go ahead and come to all fours. So all fours is just on your hands and knees. You just make sure that your shoulders are over your wrist, your hips are over your knees. And you can always just breathe here. You can roll through some cat-cows, you might see those. So on the inhale, just opening up your chest, looking forward here. And on the exhale, round your spine, look towards your navel. You can roll through a few more of those. Just inhale to arch your spine, looking forward. And exhale to round it in. Last time here, just inhale and open up your chest, look forward. And exhale to round it in. Go ahead and tuck your back toes and use a huge inhale to lift your hips all the way back to your down dog. From your down dog, just start to take a walk. Just feet up to meet the hands. Just a nice little stroll to the front of the mat here. Once you're there, you can just fold over your legs. Just relax your head and neck. Sometimes you can grab opposite elbows if that's going to feel really nice. Your knees don't have to be straight, so you can put a little bend in them. And chair pose from here, so just release your hands. Go ahead and heel toe your feet together, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your fingertips high, relax your shoulders down your back. Take a look down at your toes. Make sure you can see them. If you can't, just sink your hips a little bit further behind you, just like you're sitting in a nice low chair. And just take a few deep breaths here. And one more inhale. And as you exhale, just fold them right back over those legs. So just releasing your hands down, lift your hips up, relax your head and neck. Big breaths here. And head hanging heavy, arms hanging heavy, just slowly starting to roll all the way up to sit, or all the way up to stand. Once you're up there, just using a big inhale to reach your arms up over your head. And let your palms come together at the top, release your hands right into your heart center, and just plug your thumbs into your heartbeat here. Go ahead and let your eyes float open. And you're all done. So that's just some basic yoga poses for you that you can do before you go ahead and do another yoga video or you go to a class. If you have any questions, you can write in the comments, or if maybe you want to see some other poses that you want a better breakdown of, just let me know. All right, I hope you guys had a great new year. I hope 2014 is your best year yet, and I will see you guys later. Love you.